second trace intersect. You got to move it to the other one. Enter, enter, enter. It gives you the other answer, which is the positive 2.73. So you'll get the same answer either way, whether you do the calculator or by hand. You just need to pick the way that works for you and do it that way on the test. All right, so you can try your 7 and 8. They're very similar. And then there are a bunch of these problems that are all the same way. So you need to decide whether you like using the calculator or you like doing this by hand. And it's really good to know both ways too. So if you get stuck doing it one way, you can do it the other. All right, so I'm going to work out these guys. If you want to, well, you'd have to kind of find the matching one. So I'm going to work out these 6, and then you can pause and do your 6. All right, so on this one, they both have cube roots. So to get rid of the cube root, I'm going to cube both sides. And I get 3x plus 4 equals 9x. Now I need to move all my x's to one side, so I'm going to minus 3x and move it to the other side here. So 9 minus 3 is going to be 6. And then I can solve by dividing by 6. So 4 divided by 6 is 0.666. All right, I'm just solving these out by hand. If you want to use the calculator way, I did the steps on the last one. You can do it that way. I'm not gonna do it again. All right, so on this one, I'm going to divide by 1.5 first. Right, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit. 96 divided by 1.5 is 64. And then I'm going to raise this to the reciprocal 2 over 3. I'm going to type that in, 64 raised to 2 over 3. And that gives me 16. All right, this one, to get rid of a 1/5, you can either divide by 1/5 or multiply by 5. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 5 to get rid of that. So I get square root of x equals 20. To get rid of a square root, I'm going to square. So in my calculator, 20 squared is going to be 400. All right, over here, first I'm going to minus 1. And that gives you 5. Then I'm going to cube it to get rid of the cube root. So 3x minus 4 is going to be, let's see, 5 raised to the 3rd power is going to be 125. I'm going to move this over here because I don't have space. All right, so then add 4. 3x equals 129, and then divide by 3. So 129 divided by 3 is 43. All right. On this one right here, we are going to raise this to the 3/2, raise this to the 3/2. So I have x plus 7 equals 4 raised to the 3/2 is going to be 8. Now, because the bottom is even, we got a plus minus. And so then I'm going to minus 7. And so we're going to have 2 separate answers. We're going to have positive 8 minus 7, negative 8 minus 7. So 8 minus 7 is 1. That's going to be negative 15. So my 2 answers are 1 and negative 15. All right, then last one, we're going to square both sides. Now, because this is a squared, we're going to move everything to one side. Now, minus x minus 30, minus x minus 30. Or you could minus, maybe it would be easier to minus the x squared. Now, when you're doing quadratics, remember the easiest way to solve that is to type it in and look where it crosses the x-axis. Zoom regular. So it looks like that I am crossing here at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5, and 6. So my two answers are -5 and 6. Okay, so now remember, when you get these two answers on these quadratics, one of these is probably extraneous. And if you were to put the -5 back in here, this would be negative, which is no good. So -5 is extraneous, 6 is your answer. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I put any of those on the test. I'll tell you in class today, though. All right, pause the video, do your 6 right there. All right, last thing that we talked about on the test was finding inverses, and then I will be done. So when you're finding your inverses, you have two